I'm like, all right, baby D. You know what I'm saying? Baby D hosting, huh? What's up, baby D?
That's not Baby D, that's Maris.
I was chilling.
I went to support. I posted her flyers. I don't really know who Maris is.
Yeah, I know Demaris. Yeah, I know Demaris. I don't know who Maris is. I know who Baby D is.
People very close to me call me Maris. Nobody calls me Demaris.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and y'all ain't really on the like first nickname basis like that. Y'all know my work name.
We're not on the first nickname basis. Me and Rory are not on first nickname basis.
Y'all know my work name and y'all know my government name. Y'all don't know what like the streets call me.
You act like it's all you did was take away a D and E.
That's all you did.
It's different.
That's all you did.
They got a different energy. They all different
that's
people.
Street code. They only know that.
Yo, Baby D. So how was your, first of all, it's good to see you. It's
Great,
good to see
great
Josh.
to see
How you doing?
It was also on a party flyer. Which
I mean,
yo, y'all don't know about it. It's secret.
yeah, obviously we were gone. We were in LA working for BT. Well, shout out to everybody that came out to the BT media room. Got to see some friendly faces, old and familiar.
And some people were asking where Demaris was, and we were like, "Yo, she was in the budget."
Yeah, burgers.
And we
and
had a chair
bottles.
right there
She
for
wanted
her.
to go with burgers
But
and
she took
bottles.
a better gig.
But yeah, she went to burgers and bottles, and sure enough, while we in LA, I'm going through, the phone, and sometimes I see the DM, see what they saying, cursing me out, whatever. I see, yo, Baby D out here in burgers and bottles, looking like something.
Going crazy on
I'm
stage.
like, word? They like, yeah, y'all got to get her from around that desk. I was like, word? Baby D, first of all, what was you wearing?
I had on.
Pull it up, Peeje. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Peeje designed
this whole thing.
Yeah.
Peeje designed me a shirt. I had a shirt that said Baby D on it. With my little doll. You guys know about my doll. And I just had on some Levi shorts that Levi, cut for me. And
Was
You
there
had
an
some
outfit
Gucci cutters
change at some point?
no, why?
I feel like at one point when I saw you doing cartwheels in the end zone, I felt like it was a different outfit on.
No, it was shorts and a crop top.
Okay.
Shorts and the crop top.
Shorts and a crop top.
I know Baby D was thinking about that outfit all week, and she was juicing. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah, I
They
wasn't
start
eating.
juicing.
I
You
wasn't eating for 4 days.
You was juicing. I say, yo, baby, go ahead, man. You gonna squeeze your little ass up in that thing.
She took ChatGPT as a trainer and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. So you had fun at Burgers and Bottles? How was it?
I
Talk
had
to
a
us.
ball. The event went off without a hitch. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
How was the weather? Held up?
No, it rained a little bit, but niggas had umbrellas. We didn't care. Like we were having a ball.
And you
Burgers,
weren't
bottles,
in,
and
you weren't in,
umbrellas.
GA either. You were under the stage.
Yeah. But I went out and was when I could.
Touch the people.
Yeah, I went out. Shut up and touch the people.
Took some photos.
I went out when I could, and I saw a couple new Rory and Maul fans there. They were very sweet.
Nice.
They saw you too. They let me know. This is why we talking about this. We
bought
know
their tickets
to
to chaperone you.
They let me know that you were you were in the building in attendance and that you were very sweet. You were very nice. I said, okay, Baby D out there. She holding the flag high. She doing her thing.
Yeah, we had a good time. You guys got to definitely come next year. Rory was supposed to be there with me this year, but BET weekend.
I definitely would have went if we weren't at BET. And
yeah, I had a ball. Y'all seen me cartwheeling through the field. I had a ball. I'm here to tell y'all though, for everybody that go to Burgers and Bottles, that there's the women have been
There
doing
go Maris.
the women have
thighs and thighs. I didn't know it was burgers, bottles, and thighs though, baby.
yo.
I just thought it was burgers and I don't see a burger or a bottle.
Yo,
Rory.
what's funny is I had a woman that Demaris sort of recently met, so doesn't know her that well, and saw one of these photos and said, "Oh, I see Demaris is doing the red hair thing." And I was like, "Listen, you don't know red hair Demaris.
You don't know red hair, baby D.
That was a different. That's when I met Demaris. That was a different era.
That's blood, baby
And I
D.
didn't. She saw the photo before I saw it, and I thought to myself immediately, like, wait. They unleashed redhead Demaris at that party.
They ain't know you was out there. You was a blood.
That's
Rory, no. I had to. Rory, Alex came to me the next day. Alex came to my house. She said, "You need to take that fucking red hair out immediately."
Yeah,
it was bad.
Fun times, but
you was acting up. You was cutting up, baby D. What you was doing?
It's just a different personality.
That's why we can't let you go nowhere.
The 10-year
This is-
toxic situationship. That red hair.
like-
for sure.
And then I come in here and you singing Mariah the Scientist.
Burning Blue.
Burning Blue. That's all you've been singing for the past 27 minutes. Like, I know what that means. What's his name? Where he from? He live in Brooklyn?
Don't piss me off.
I'm sorry. I know what that means. My bad.
That mean he do?
No. Yeah, that mean he a Queens nigga? He Queens?
There is nobody. There is
You could have been a local. Mount Vernon, you never know.
There is nobody.
You met somebody from the Vernon?
Earning Mount Vernon.
Not money earning. You ain't meet somebody in money earning Mount Vernon, baby D. Nah, we not doing that.
Please.
He definitely lied to be like, yo, Denzel, my
His
uncle.
his street sign is brown.
Yo.
You know they got the brown. You know where they got the brown
Great
street
local
sign?
joke.
Yeah, they got the brown street sign.
Yo. Anyway, the event went off well.
Yeah.
These women do these things where they walking up to niggas and like dapping up the 10s. Let me tell you, ho, something. Next year, if one of you bitches dap up my 10.
Yo,
damn.
now you claiming your dime and all of that? Yo, nah, what is happening right now?
I'm ending the party early.
She just said she ain't meet nobody in money earning.
Yo, you know
now
what?
she talking about somebody dap up my dime.
Somebody
Alex
dap
was
up
right
my
for you
10.
taking out that red hair because the red hair Demaris, I know, would not stand for that.
Yo, dap it. Bitches was I'm looking at videos, bitches dapping up 10. Dap up my 10 next year and I'm
Dap
moving,
up my- I mean,
they got
I'm
there
moving
first.
furniture, burgers, and bottles.
Why you ain't dapping first then?
Yeah, you supposed to take your dime and put them in your pocket.
I have
Yeah.
a lot going on.
That's your problem.
Listen, we had a ball. We had a grand old time.
Well, I'm glad you had a
shout
good
out
time.
to it was over 5,000 people there. And the event went off without a hitch. Other than some people shaking the burning blue at one point, everything.
Shaking the burning blue.
Niggas was shaking the burning blue. I said, what the fuck is going on?
Everybody just cheating. That's why. Everybody cheating and lying to each other. That's what it is. If y'all stop cheating and lying to each other, and life would be better. You wonder why you stressed and your face keep breaking out and all kind of shit. Y'all lying and cheating to each other.
With phones in your hand.
Yeah.
Anything
that's the
can be
problem.
captured.
Yeah. But I'm glad you had a good time.
Not me,
baby
though.
D.
Not me.
I'm glad you had a good time.
When we were sitting at BET on Sunday, that was what was keeping me entertained, was just her IG story. And I'm in her close friends. So I saw like some ass shaking videos.
Yo, I'm not in your close friends, baby D.
Well, I'm not in yours.
I don't have a close friend.
You think Maul's a close friends?
You think that I
think he knows how to turn that on?
Yeah, like you think I have close friends on Instagram? I don't have close friends. Yeah.
I'll put you on my close friends, Mom.
Yeah, I want to see what's going
Nah,
on.
but I did some creepy shit while we was at BET. So she posted,
You screen recorded the close friends?
no,
Oh,
mentally I did. not.
okay.
She posted some woman shaking ass in an amazing way. Like she got on some like director Spike Lee angles and shit. Like it was.
Yeah, he could see cervix for sure.
It was a very, very, very well put together video from both ends.
Yeah.
All parties involved.
Yeah. Great
10 out of
production.
10, no notes. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I found myself
I'll send it
then
to Josh.
on her IG story trying to match what the outfit of that girl was so I could try to find it.
You was on your CSI.
I was like, I gotta see what her face
you
was
was on
like.
your CSI. You was trying to figure it out. You was trying to
Because the
put it
man
together.
close to her and her friends, I was like, all right,
That ain't
the girl.
her. Yeah,
I went back
she
to the
not-
close friends. I was
she
like,
not
nah,
wearing
it's
that.
black tights. I can't see it.
Yeah.
I just sent it to Josh. Josh could pull it up. She won't mind y'all playing it on here, but
After having it in your close friends, she won't mind having
she
it
won't
broadcast
mind.
to all
No,
of our-
because people won't know who she is. They won't really be able to find her.
Nah, they're gonna go to the photo recap on Berg's and Bottles website and find.
Yeah. Just like you used to go on
Listen.
7 days, 7 nights.
Finding the cuties on 7 days, 7 nights.
Hit it, Josh. Oh, she moved. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, no, this is why I wasn't paying attention during BT was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I was trying to find her headscarf. I couldn't find that.
You saw put the whole play together? Okay. I see what you-
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm just going through like Demaris' followers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did miss you guys in LA. It was a couple of people y'all interviewed that was pressing me like, yo, where you at?
A couple people that we
We ain't gonna get into Rory, no. But anyway.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Niggas like,
All
where
right,
you
well,
There was
at?
a few.
There was a few that was looking for Baby D?
Yeah, not
Whatever.
to interview.
Oh no, they was looking for something else. Okay, I get it. Well, before we get into it, we want to send a rest in peace, prayers, condolences to the family of Ananda Lewis. If you an 80s baby like myself, Ananda Lewis was a big part of the crib, of the house, coming home from school, watching Teen Summit, a lot of shows on BET. Then obviously she was a VJ for TRL, had MTV. Ananda Lewis was probably one of my earliest crushes, television crushes. I may have a poster of Ananda Lewis in my locker in high school. Like that's, she was just one of those TV personalities that every boy just was in love with. Beautiful, beautiful spirit.
Super talented.
I had a chance to actually have a conversation with her a couple years ago and just give her flowers and tell her how much, she meant to me growing up and the shows that she was hosting. Like it really, kind of helped growing up in New York as a kid, a lot of the shows on BT. And it was funny because when we were interviewing people, I was asking what are some of their earliest memories of BT, and Teen Summit and Video Soul was probably some of mine.
Yeah.
And then we get the news Tuesday that it was a Wednesday that Ananda Lewis passed away. So Rest in peace to Ananda Lewis. You know, again, just a beautiful person, beautiful spirit, beautiful energy. Was definitely saddened to hear about her passing. And I'm pretty sure that BET is going to tribute and honor her in a very special way because she was a very big part of BET in the very early stages.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we were at the BET Awards, Sly Stone passed away as well.
Yes, the legendary Sly Stone.
Rest in peace. Changed the entire world. Yeah, it was definitely 2 back-to-back heavy losses surrounding everything in music and BET to begin with. So,
yeah,
rest in peace and condolences to their family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's I hope BET, has the time to properly do something for it. But yeah, it was a very BET weekend, to say the least.
A very BET weekend. We were at the BET Awards in the media room once again this year. We got a chance to have some conversations with a few people. Saw a lot of old friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I haven't seen in a minute. So it was cool to see the people.
And yeah, no, we're gonna get straight to the bullshit. But right before we do that, Off Road featuring Masego and Freddie Gibbs, second single from my second album.
There you go.
Out right now.
There you go.
Peeje played it at the beginning of the episode.
There you go.
I feel like I always forget to plug shit.
There you go.
Plug everyone else's shit.
Yeah,
then I do forget to plug my
shit. And got a Heat Rock coming with Vince. Can I say that?
Sure.
Okay. Got a
He's
Heat Rock.
He's independent. There's not a major that can stop me.
All right, cool. Got a Heat Rock coming with Vince Staples. We was I was honored and privileged enough to be invited to a Rory studio session.
You were a fly on the wall.
I was a fly on the wall. Went out to the studio. Rory had a session with Vince in LA while we were there. That was my first.
Which was a podcast in itself.
Oh no, listen, anytime you're in a room with Vince Staples, just prepare to have a conversation that is going to be funny, educational, insightful, deep. Vince is just one of my favorite people. Fuck artists. He's just one of my favorite people. Anytime I get a chance to see Vince and kick it with him, it's always fun. And I didn't have Vince's number, so I showed him my phone. I had 2 old numbers for Vince, and he saw those numbers, just started laughing. He said, I change my number every month. I'm like, I didn't know that, Vince, but thank you for.
I'll just get random texts.
Yeah.
This is VS.
Yes.
Or random DMs. Hey, changing my number. Like
right.
he's one of those. Which
but you got a Heat Rock coming with him though. That's a really good record. I like that record a lot.
Definitely excited about that. So it was a productive week. I mean, I feel like with the Off Road record, am I allowed to do the cheesy shit? Like, I think we got one.
Is that the name of it? Off Road?
Yes, is the name of the record. Not with Vince.
No.
It gives us out now. It's a summer record. I'm excited.
No, it's a good record.
Dare I say, it's probably song of the summer already, right? It's been out for 4 hours.
I mean, ever
if you're
since you
listening
put
to
the
this
song
at 5
out,
a.m.
it's been 88 degrees today. I think your song set off the summer.
It was raining all in May.
It was.
When I was trying to, work with the labels to put it out, it was raining the entire time.
Now look.
The moment it got cleared, sun came up.
Sunshine, 88 degrees, beautiful today.
Pretty much the premise of The Day After Tomorrow.
No, you started the summer with that record, Rory. You got to take that credit.
My father went through the snow from Philly to New York to save the record.
Yeah.
And it ended global warming. It's the stupidest fucking movie. Anyways, Off Road available now, all DSPs.
Yes.
Shout out to Gibbs and Masego. Thank you guys so much.
Masego! Happy birthday to Masego, too. He celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago.
Okay, cool, yeah. Produced by Child, myself, and my man Hawk, who's an incredible horn player. He actually did the horns at one of our live shows. So
okay, yeah.
Excited about that one. Third single soon. It's coming together. But there was a lot of, hey, we need to connect and get a session at the BET Awards. Boy, did I small talk my fucking life away.
Yeah.
The first day, so I got there early on the first day, just because we didn't know what the setup was going to be, and wanted to make sure Peeje was good. I had some equipment because we split it up, that whole shit. Within 5 minutes before anyone even got there, I went and sat back in the car because I was tired of small talking. I sat in a hot car instead of wanting to just talk to people.
Yeah.
Damn.
What Berg said, fake kicking it? What he said? He like, a lot of fake kicking it this weekend, huh?
The amount of time and like the amount of people that just walk by and don't even ask you if they can record your face.
Yeah.
Like just doing this. Like,
no, but it was a content. We were in a content hub. It was.
I didn't say anything.
It was a lot of interviews, and then there was interviews away from the interviews, and then there was just BTS, and it was everybody had a camera, everybody had some content to create. But I like we did. This is our second time doing it. I like the vibe of it though, because it is fun to kind of have. It's like media day at the Super Bowl. You know, everybody's in the room. You got to kind of go around, get an interview, this, that, and the third. But it's a little different now because, you know, through our platform, where we've been able to make personal relationships and connections with people. So it makes the interview thing kind of fun and cool. And a lot of things that
like
happen.
A sigh of relief from them too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fine.
Yeah.
I can have a good conversation. Not a tell me who's featured on the album.
We're not trying to get nobody jammed up and no conversations, just here to kick it. BT Weekend, here to have fun. It was fun to have people walk past as we were interviewing, yelling at us, saying what's up, that we actually didn't interview, but still, you know, showed love. So it was cool. We had a good time in the media room.
Do you feel like Cash Doll purposely skipped over us?
I just feel like she was busy. I feel like
she's in a relationship, everything. Maybe that's like, you know, all relationships have rules. Like nothing crazy, but just some things, you know, you may be on that list.
Yeah, like you can't interview with niggas that want to fuck you raw.
Which I think is on her man's behalf, I think that's a very fair rule to have in a relationship.
When did I ever say that though? Like,
you thought it though.
Well, I mean, you can't kill me for my thoughts. I mean, maybe you can kill me for what I say. I didn't say
There's some things that, you ever heard the term safe to assume? That one is safe
to assume.
That's a safety, yeah. That's a safe assumption, absolutely. But no, she looked, Cash looked great. Didn't get a chance to kick it with her, but she looked great.
Let's go with the elephant in the room.
What is the elephant?
I forgot who we were finishing up recording with. I stood up for a second and somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, I got Rayvon right over here. Would you be cool?
Isn't it out? Like the interview is out. It's not an elephant. Like it's out.
I know, but I want to give like the behind the scenes version of leading up to that.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, of course. Because even though, you know, some things were said, I never thought it was like any type of on-site situation.
No, man.
I said,
that was never the energy from us or from me. Never the energy. You know, I understood what the whole situation was with the battle and the last year in hip hop, everybody picking a side, and then obviously the Joey Badass versus the Joey Badass 20v1, we can call it that. Even though, you know, some guys from New York jumped in and kind of expressed their opinions as well.
But the Rayvon one goes a bit deeper because that was before the entire battle. Like he was saying shit on Twitter a year and a half ago when the battle was happening. Yeah. That was just some odd stuff. But when his manager said that to me, I was like, yeah, cool. Let me talk, see if Maul's okay with it, which I figured you would have been, but.
I'll talk to anybody, man. I'm not one of those people that, you know, I'm like, nah, I'm not talking to, well, there's some people I would never talk to, but Rayvon is not on that list. It never was. But we had a good conversation off mic before we even sat down.
Yeah, I could tell that all parties' energies were on the same page of like, nobody really feels a way right here.
Nah, man, listen, man, I don't think there's anybody that could ever take something I say like and really like, you know, want to throw hands or get physical because
I'm just saying in general of like, we took this too far with words and this is going to be like
awkward.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it was ever that.
Or we're trying to make
with Rayvon.
Someone is trying to make a moment out of this to double down on the disrespect. And then it's like, all right, what the fuck? Yeah. And I didn't get any of that energy. We were obviously not on that energy and never
but after meeting Rayvon finally and us having a conversation before we actually sat down and recorded, it was the same, you know, it's the same everywhere, man. You see guys that you have a little, you know, back and forth with online that doesn't go, you know, too far into disrespect. Shit talking is cool. I'm with shit talking, but I never felt like it was like, you know, too disrespectful. And then, you know, once Rayvon walked up, it was laughs, it was daps, it was, you know, it's raps, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I totally get it. I totally understand. It's nothing but respect for me. I understood the situation in the moment. I understood, you know, it was just that energy. It was a very competitive, very, I'm on this side, you on that side type of thing, which is fine. Like, I think that we can have those moments and have those times where, you know, we have to pick a side. But still, when we see each other and we come together, it can still be respect, it can still be love, it can still be a great conversation. Like, I think we need to remove that aspect of, you know, well, if you pick this out or you said this about me, then when I see you, it's on.
I mean,
that's just stupid.
Do you feel like you are the Joey Badass of podcasting?
No, I feel like
both of you guys were jumped by the West Coast and you have been, you know, confronting in a healthy way at that.
I love what Rayvon said to me. He said, you know, I only said something to you because I respect you.
And yeah, which he was also saying with the battle of like, because I think we asked him why he didn't reply to certain people. He's like, well, I don't like respect their raps. So
exactly. So
I'm not replying to some shit.
I understand it, man. I'm a little older than you guys. I've been around a few more summers than y'all, so I understand when it's something that's really intense and really can be something crazy, and then when it's just words and just the moment. Like I never felt any ill feelings towards Rayvon. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I spoke to his talent before any of this with his LA Lakers freestyle. I still think he has one of the best ones. And I never had no ill feelings. I understood what the moment was. He's TDE. I get it. I totally understand. It was great to finally meet him face to face and have a conversation on and off mic. And we're looking forward to having him here in the studio when he's in New York next time.
Peeje accused me of being a little chippy in the beginning. Like I was trying to start problems.
Well, that's the white boy in you. You love to see black on black crime. I can't believe.
Nah, I was defending my man who happens to be black.
Ally.
Who's the ally?
Well, I mean, Ray's black too.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I don't really know. Now I'm Maul's ally. I'm not.
Yeah. No, but it was I understood what you were doing, but it was, again, let's get it all out. We're here face to face. Let's talk about it. You tweeted this, Rayvon. You said this in your rhymes. What he said, Baby D? Box me up like a Temu pack?
Yeah, box you up like a Temu package. See, me personally.
I thought it was a good bar.
It was a good bar. I'd have pressed him, though. Y'all was cool. I was
pressed him about what? Boxing up like a Temu pack?
Yeah, like, what's up?
It was a bar.
So what up? Okay.
I don't rap. I talk, so I can't really. If I rap, I would have found a booth that night. If I was a rapper in Rayvon, I would have found a booth that night, and I, what I'm saying. But we had a conversation about it.
But then there's no win for losing in that situation because you're in front of cameras in the BT media room, and it's like, all right, so you say you could box me, and it's like, we're doing this here.
No,
like
man,
then you just look weird regardless. And it was a rap.
That's very cool.
That's corny as fuck. Y'all know me a little better than that.
I know you. That
would never. If Rayvon sat down with aggressive energy, I would have laughed and just looked at him like, I got cologne on and we at BET. What we doing, bro? Like, we gonna do this right here? Like, come on, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we not doing that.
Also, to exit, like, we were in our booth. If you got it shaking with somebody and you wanted to leave before the cops came, show me your exit plan.
Yeah,
it's gonna take you about an hour and a half to get out of here.
That's why, listen, it was nothing but, the energy in the room was nothing but positive the entire weekend.
And then imagine trying to escape before the cops came and you had to small talk with everyone on your way out. Like, dog, listen, I just knocked somebody out. I need to leave.
Yeah, nah, it was never gonna be that. Not for me. Like I didn't feel like it was that from Rayvon, but it was good to sit down. It was a great conversation. Shout out to
Rayvon.
Yeah, shout out to Rayvon and his team. Shout out to AZ Chike.
Taking on the West.
AZ Chike. I really liked our conversation with AZ Chike.
I like him a lot. I like his music, and like I've said, he was my favorite feature on GNX. I like him as a person. I had never met him.
Very cool energy.
He's a cool guy.
Very cool energy. Very, very good energy about him. He's one of the people that we sat and talked with that, aside from, his ability, his rapping ability, he's one of the people now that I'm kind of paying more attention to just because I like his energy and I like him as a person. Like, I thought he was pretty cool.
Berg, aka Hitmaker, he Rory Lex Pee'd me. Definitely happened. I thought we had made amends for my mistake. And Berg and I had a rocky moment as close friends, and I thought we had squashed it. But he brought her up right back on mic like he wasn't over it.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, this is how Lex felt.
Was that his first time seeing you face to face since that?
We'd been on FaceTime.
Well, no, that's something like in real life. Yeah,
I'm glad. The funny thing is, I wanted to bring it up on mic, but I would have preferred if he did.
He beat you to it. Yeah, he beat you to it.
I wouldn't have. I wanted him to bring it up because
And he did.
And
great conversation.
And I apologize again.
Yeah, as you should.
What'd you do wrong?
My intentions were not like malicious, but then when it was explained to me after I understood why Berg felt away, I was with Hit Boy and Baisley in the studio, and he played me his like control producer version off the Allen Hit Boy tape, where he like disses all the producers. So he was like, I can't put this out. Like, could you post this on your Instagram, like as a way for a rollout thing? So I said, yeah, but let me hit Berg, because Berg is my man. It's like, you saying his name, I just want to make sure he's cool with that, because, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Get on the phone with Berg, play it over the speaker. I don't even think Berg necessarily heard the whole thing, but he was like, it's cool, bro. It's whatever. But there's a line in there that talks about a certain situation with Berg and like a chain and that whole shit, which was like a real situation. So I get why Berg felt away. Like, he was dissing the producers on some music shit. You said something personal about me.
Yeah.
And then, Berg barred me up. He said, oh, you got the clout you needed. He a lot of mic drops in my text that night were fun. But,
Well, yeah, that was a bad call on your behalf.
I didn't view it that way, and I did call him, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, yes, I would feel the way too.
But that's all right. You make mistakes and things happen, but you then meet up at BT weekend and sit down with an old friend. And of course, you got to throw that shot out there. But then we have a conversation and realize, yo, so it's still all love. Nothing but respect for Berg. Shout out to Berg. Shout out to his new artist, Toyin. And was it Von E? Ron E.
Yeah.
I couldn't really hear when he was talking. Like, you know, he got that R&B shit. It's, you know, R&B niggas talk with like a real smooth tone.
And I went and looked up Shorty's record with Vibes Cartel. She's dope.
Yeah.
And she just put out some new music, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Yo, Berg has a great ear, but also has a great eye for talent.
Yeah.
Knowing when somebody's gonna be nice. So she's fire. But yeah, it was cool. Joy was great.
Shout out to Joy Taylor. Definitely want to have her on sometime soon to talk Don't Know Ball.
Yeah.
With Joy. I think that would be great.
But we did not go to the actual awards.
Y'all weren't invited?
No, they gave us tickets on Sunday. Did they hand you tickets? But it was black tie, and I didn't come prepared, and I wasn't about to just go rush out and get that on a Sunday night or Monday morning. And I just wanted to get home. But I mean, I did watch the awards. I thought they were great. I thought it was a great way to, you know, honor the anniversary. Shout out to Ashley too, 106 in Park Sports. I think that's incredible.
Shout out to Ashley Nicole. Yeah.
It was great
Her
performance.
and Cam Newton, correct? Yeah, that's dope.
Did you watch the awards? Because I know we were in the air. I went and watched the clips on YouTube.
I saw the clips on YouTube. I didn't see the show live though. But I saw the clips on YouTube.
Yeah. But no, shout out to everyone you know, that was honored, performed, won awards.
Congratulations to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
They had Stevie wanted to give him an award and still didn't give Stevie. Listen, man, BET, I love y'all. Thank y'all for a beautiful weekend. I get that y'all gave Stevie the first inaugural award of the first BET Awards. Y'all gave him, I don't even know what the name of it was, but it wasn't the Lifetime Achievement Award. We got to do Stevie right. Y'all had Elton John go out there sing. Jamie Foxx made fun of him. Steve L, all of that. Cool. Let's do it right though. Let's get Stevie.
You gotta achieve more.
Let's get saying Stevie gotta achieve more is great. He ain't doing enough. He ain't doing enough.
Still some on the checklist, man.
Listen, man. But yeah, I think we gotta honor Stevie the right way, BET. We gotta create a big moment for who is probably and Rory would agree, one of, if not the greatest musician who has ever lived, Stevie Wonder. Like, we have to honor him the right way.
I completely agree. And while that was happening, you did drop a bomb on Twitter, which I do want to get to. But I did want your review of my performance this go round rather than last year when I was sitting with a blank stare because I had found out Kia was pregnant 4 hours before we had to do media room.
Oh, you were a little more social this year. Your energy was a little more, present. You was more social. You didn't seem like you were being as socially awkward as the first year we went. It seemed like you were more engaged with people. So yeah, you definitely, this Rory was definitely a more upbeat, in the moment, in tune Rory.
Yeah. I definitely had the blank stare. Like, all right, so I just found out and then I just left to go to the PET Awards. And I'm already the worst father ever.
And I think you was sick, wasn't you?
I was sick as fuck.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, that was just an interesting.
Yeah, you was sick. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on for you. Yeah, no, this time felt more. I felt more energy and more like, okay, I'm actually in here. I'm in the moment. So yeah, good job, man. So
we got home on Monday, and then Tuesday rolls around, and I'm just scrolling through the timeline like I usually do, trying to catch up on stuff because we missed a lot. We were busy. And I see this tweet that Iceman got a bomb with some money emojis. And I thought, is Marvel doing a reboot? I did not know exactly what you were talking about until every single blog picked that up as Drake has a huge diss coming against Kendrick Lamar that's going to ruin his career. Is that what blogs? That's what all the blogs took. Yes. It's not over. Maul confirms. So, all right. Is that what the blogs did? Because you broke this news, is that a nickname you gave him per se? I was not aware. I know The Boy. I know Champagne Poppy. I know Six God. I know Jimmy, Wheelchair Jimmy. I know a lot of Drake aliases. Yeah. I even know some of his crew and their names. I have yet to hear Iceman. When did he name himself that?
I don't know. That's the name of the album.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, I think he confirmed that.
Okay.
That's the name of the album. It probably has a lot of meanings, I'm sure. But that is the name of the album.
Got you.
At least I think that's the name of the album. I believe that's the name of the album.
I mean, I just prefer to call him Drake, but if I have to go with a nickname, Aubrey to me is weird because we're not friends. I feel like that's only reserved for women that sort of know him. Champagne Poppy is just like I can't call him that. Iceman, I don't know yet. I still think I'm gonna go with Drake. Okay, but this is a little better. With the nicknames. Yeah, I'm not gonna call him Scorpion.
Yeah, no, I think that's the name of the album.
Okay, is there meaning behind this?
I'm pretty sure there is. I mean, obviously, him being from the colder region in the north of Toronto, Canada.
Gotcha.
I think it might have a lot to do with his kind of like we spoke about after the whole battle went down, kind of becoming more cold, more standoffish.
And isolated.
Drake,
you got that one for free. Add that to the intro.
Yeah, I think that may have something to do with it as well, too. Like he's not as warm and as embracing as he once was to people. So he might be a little cold, a little standoffish.
Now, I came in here to ask some questions, but I am in a few group chats with you behind the scenes. And when those people asked, you didn't even reply. So I don't know how much I'm going to get out of you on camera as far as this entire thing. Did you hear a record? Is that what you're referring to by bomb? Is it in relation to the battle, or is it in relation to he just has a great record coming? Is this a red button moment?
No, the battle is over, I think. I don't think his mind or his energy is in that space anymore. I think this is this is the official moving on, moving past that. That's in my rear view. Just great music.
Okay.
Just great music. Yeah, so this tweet was Iceman got a bomb. I mean, it has nothing to do, it's not a battle going at Kendrick bomb. I don't know why blogs, I know why blogs do that, but no, it's not that. This is just great music. This particular record, I think maybe the record, I know this record is going to go number one. It's just that type of record. And obviously he will surpass, I think, Michael Jackson with his next number one. Okay. So, yeah.
Well, I'm excited to hear music. You do know what happens at this point, right? When you post stuff like this?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
I like doing y'all know I don't really tweet much. I like shaking up the timeline and then
little light 1.8 million views.
Going back to Windex and the, you know what I'm saying, the induction stove in the crib. You got to Windex that thing after you wipe it off, you know what I mean?
I will just say this podcast in general is completely hypocritical because all I do is talk about how this battle actually kind of ruined hip hop, and I think it's made media weird. I think it's made the fans weird. I wish we'd all stop talking about it. But then I do shit like, hey, DJ Head, you want to battle Maul on camera?
Oh my Lord.
And then obviously this tweet, which, I'm happy you're the one breaking this news, but of course is going to be tied to the beef.
Drake might be mad at me.
No one read that and was like, oh, we're going to get a Drake album that's focused on the future and not what's going on in the past.
Nah, he might be mad at me for that tweet, but it's all good. I was listening to this record and it was just like, Jesus Christ, big record. Big record. But yeah, that's all it was. It had nothing to do with the beat.
Is it an ass shaking record? Can we shake ass?
Oh yeah, you can shake ass to it, but it's not, it's...
I'll shake some ass to some timestamp records.
Well, it depends on how you're feeling. Okay. If that's your thing, Rory. Dude,
that name in Dallas just gets me moving.
Gets the body going. Yeah, you start gyrating.
For sure. Look like Demaris' close friends.
Yeah, man. Nah, big record, great record. I think it's the perfect sentiment moving forward. Yeah, and I'm just happy, man. I'm just happy that, we got some new good music on the way.
Well, while we stay in Young Money, on Friday, the Carter 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6. I'm not good with Roman numerals after 5. Mm-hmm. I'm good with the 1, 2, 3, 4 sometimes.
4 gets tricky. I only know 4 because Rocky 4 is one of my favorite movies. That's why I know 4.
5 is just the V, so that I know. But after that, dude, this could be 11 for all I fucking know.
Yeah.
Carter 6 dropped on Friday. I know it sounded like an excuse in the media room with the amount of people off mic that were saying what you think. I was like, I really haven't had time to listen.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks when you say that, you're trying to be polite and saying it's trash. I hadn't, but I did end up listening to the Carter 6. And while I may share some sentiments that the timeline did for the entire weekend, which was just trying to ruin a legend's legacy off a project. It's not as fucking bad as y'all made it seem to be. It is, the production is a little all over the place. And yes, we do know Wayne to experiment, but sometimes experiments go bad. And sometimes you should take that experiment and go, well, we tried it. Let's delete it.
Yeah.
Yes, I had some moments on there for sure, but it was not as fucking bad as we made this out to be on the timeline. Like, I was going into that thinking this was horrendous.
Yeah.
And the first 2 records, I was like, this is dope. And then started to take a few turns. But I don't, with certain rappers, and maybe it's a little hypocritical because I am very critical of Eminem. And I think his first 4 or 5 albums are incredible. But after that, it just is a shit show. Shouldn't Wayne get a little bit more grace from us if he does drop a dud? Like,
I don't think.
What do we expect outside of Nas and Hove? How have we seen hip hop age well as far as discography goes?
But that's the thing, Rory. When you're, like you said, Nas and Hove, you put those names out there in regards to Lil Wayne. So you're putting Lil Wayne in a space where these are the best of the best. So and responsibility comes with that. When you're deemed one of the best, some people have him as being the greatest rapper ever. Some people have him being, better than Jay-Z, better than Nas, better than whoever you have at the top. Some people have Wayne number 1.
And while I don't agree with that, I can see someone of a certain age and where they were in their life liking Wayne more than a Hove. And I think he's done enough to be in the GOAT conversations. I just don't think he's better than Hove or Nas, but he's there. What?
Nothing. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
So yeah, I think M's last however many albums have kind of fucking sucked. I think you could maybe even make a case that M may have more bad albums than good ones, but based on that run that he had, if somebody said Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time or should be in the GOAT conversation, I'd say yes. You have every right to say that. So I think Wayne deserves that same grace, even though this may have not been up to par.
Well, that's why I'm always on the side of time will always tell. And I'm with people saying Wayne is their favorite rapper. But when you get into the field of saying Wayne is the greatest rapper, that's why I always give people pushback. Like, he can be your favorite rapper, fine. I'm totally fine with that. But when you start saying he's the greatest rapper, then now we can go to catalog, we can go to, songs, we can go to things that can kind of like make this more realistic and more reality. And when you get to somebody like Wayne, I always felt like Wayne could rap, no argument there. I just never felt like Wayne was as great of an artist or rapper as some have. He's one of my favorites, personal favorites for sure. But when you start talking about the greatest of all time, the GOAT conversation.
Well, I mean, that's all objective, but I think
it is objective.
I feel even in a non-objective way, I think Wayne should be in that conversation, which to me gives him the grace of not doing what the internet did over the weekend based off.
Nah, nobody's exempt from the greats are never exempt from that, Rory. You're never exempt from that.
No, I'm saying to the degree. Hear me out. I feel like Wayne also being from the era where you have to have so much output, whereas Nas and Hove in the beginning and middle of their career, they were in the regular album cycle shit where it's like, I put an album out, I go on tour, I disappear for a year, rinse and repeat. Wayne was at the time where you had to put out 3 mixtapes while you were rolling out your album. Like, his output was based off the era he was in. And when you have so much output, there's a high chance that some of it may suck. So I don't think it's an even comparison. And then I remember when I was a teenager, when I was a teenager was the time when people started to question Nas a bit. I was young for the golden era of Nas. Stillmatic, I was young. I was like the first Nas project I remember was there, the entire thing. Godson was great, but once Street's Disciple, which I think is a good album, Hip Hop is Dead, Untitled, that run, even though I like those projects, people from your era were like, nah, that ain't it. But I never saw anyone.
Wayne?
No, I'm saying Nas. Right?
Oh.
I never saw anyone completely shit and discredit Nas's entire legacy the week that Untitled came out. And I just think it's unfair what people are doing to Wayne. If you dislike it, cool. I feel you. I get it. And it's okay to say that. Art is to be judged. But I saw it was a next level of Wayne teardown.
Yeah,
like,
but I think
none of Carter 2 doesn't exist. Like,
I think that would happen from any of the greats. I think right now if Nas put out a dud, the timeline would kill him. I think right now if Jay-Z dropped a dud, the timeline would kill him. I think right now if Drake dropped a dud, the timeline would kill him. I think that's reserved for the greats. Like the greats are not supposed to drop duds. That's just what comes with being labeled as one of the GOATs. You can't drop a dud. Now, you don't got to drop a classic every time out. We're not saying give us a classic album every time you release. But I can't sit here and give Wayne any rope and any slack when we watched Nas put out 6 albums that were incredible.
I agree.
So but
that's why I tried to bring up the time when we didn't know the run that he was going to go on with King Disease and Magic. Like before we got to Life is Good, which I think is a cult classic. Those 3 albums before that, everyone's like, well, I mean, he's still Nas. Mm-hmm. But like, this is just the latter half of his career. We thought at that time.
Yeah.
Why can't we just give that same grace to Wayne? I don't like it either, but that doesn't mean I'm shitting on his entire existence.
Yeah,
like everything he's ever done.
You can't anybody trying to shit on Wayne's entire existence and career is you're just looking for attention on the timeline and trying to rile people up. But no, Wayne is still one of the GOATs. He's still one of the greatest. He's still Little Wayne. Let's keep that very clear. I just think that, the timeline heard the latest project and weren't happy with it, didn't like it, expected more, expected better from Wayne.
Some production was just all over the place. That's mainly what it was.
But those are things that, again, once you create art and put it out, the consumers will, they will judge it. They will give you their opinion on it. A lot of people didn't like the project. I've seen some people that did. But let's not make any mistake about it. It's still Lil Wayne.
At least it wasn't AI.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Very true.
Like at least Wayne is actually still writing and still rapping and it's still him. Like I'm just grateful.
He's picking the experiment.
And look at where we at. Well, we just grateful for that. We're grateful that the artist actually got in the booth and actually spit some bars into the microphone. Like we're just grateful for that. But there's a couple joints on there. I like the Flex Up. I believe it's called Flex Up record. It was another one that I liked. But a lot of it I probably won't go back to. But those two, it Flex Up, and it was another one that I really liked.
Bells, Welcome to the Carter. First few joints.
Welcome to the Carter.
I think are
that
great.
one. I like that joint.
Band from NO, I didn't fully understand because he's already smoked the Band from TV beat on No Ceilings.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I thought it was great that Nicki came right away when the Hate Train was happening and remixed it within 24 hours. Like I think their relationship is cool to watch because in hip hop, usually this many years in between 2 artists and one signed you, that's usually a shit show. Yeah. Like there's beef at that point. Everyone hates each other. People doing Vlad interviews. Like I love that Nicki still, whatever Wayne needs, she's showing up because she understands what Wayne, did for her, which she talks about constantly.
Oh man, we talk about that constantly.
I admire Nicki for always making sure everyone knows what Wayne did for everybody on that label.
Man, Wayne is forever,
I appreciate Nicki does that type of stuff.
Wayne is forever one of my favorite people just for what he did when it came to Nicki and Drake. Like for him to be Lil Wayne, and to have those 2 artists signed to him, but then for him to have the ability to tuck his ego, because he's Lil Wayne, but for him to tuck his ego and move out the way and allow Nicki to become Nicki and allow Drake to become Drake, that speaks to Lil Wayne the man more than it speaks to Lil Wayne the artist.
Ma, I'm tired of seeing ads for phone plans and go, wow, that's a great price. And then I sign up. And then at the end of the month, I get my bill and it is way higher. That is done with Boost Mobile. You pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data just at $25.
5G speeds not available in all areas. After 30 GB, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Well, I love your prediction of what Timberland's going to do with Tata. Do you think he'll get out the way and just let her download?
I think that's what you do with AI.
Think he'll plug the... I got no ego with Tata.
Yeah.
She can do whatever.
Just upload the beat and let Tata do what she want to do. Like,
That caused... I had to play catch up. Over the weekend, of course, that caused a lot within not just hip hop, but the producer community. Timberland announced that he has his new AI artist partnered with Stage Zero, I believe it is. And he's introducing Tata, that is a living, learning music artist. Mm-hmm. They tried to flip it in the press release that it's not AI to the point that I started reading like, oh wait, is it artists that they're using AI with? And then I got to the end of the article, I was like, no, this is a made up person. They said she's living and breathing. No, she's not.
She's not an avatar. She's not a character.
Yes, she is.
Tata is a living, learning, autonomous music artist.
ChatGPT wrote this for them too.
Built with AI.
wrote this.
Tata is the start of something bigger, you don't say. She's the first artist of a new generation. A-pop is the next cultural evolution, and Tata is its first icon. Yeah, I saw as I knew I would. I saw Guru on a IG Live.
Shouts to Guru, respect.
Timbaland, man.
Also a great example of you can have just honest conversation with each other without disrespect, because,
there's no disrespect.
No, of course, but I love that Guru, like, even in the comment he left under this release of how this is problematic, like, Tim, I love you. I want to have this conversation with you because I love you.
Yeah, I think we all love.
This could harm all of us.
We all love and respect and appreciate.
And Tim to take that information.
It has given us. That goes without saying. I gave Timbaland a thumbs down when we were sitting with JD, and I asked him about this at BT Week, and I still give Tim a thumbs down. Timbaland's not supposed to be attached or a part of any of this. This is not the way we want to go with the music. We already, with the music industry and the music business being the way it is and ran the way it is, for us to now be implementing artists and songs and music to this type of technology, I just don't think Timbaland's brand should be a part of this.
I mean, Swizz brought up an interesting point that I guess I agree with, because I do not agree. I'm on the side of Guru with everything that he said about how these AI artists are legitimately just digesting catalogs of music to create how good they are. And no artist or producer, we don't even know what they're using. Like, you can legitimately upload an entire catalog to create this AI shit with no backend to the artist at all. Like, how is that fair if I give you Jay-Z and Nas' computer and they're like, they have the ability to be just as good, is fucking insane.
Right.
And you don't give credit to any of the artists. Very detrimental to the community of creatives. But I do see what Swizz is saying on the tech side. This AI shit is happening regardless. And you even saw, he didn't mention this part, but I knew what he was getting at. Black artists were late on the streaming side. We even saw what Hove had to do with Tidal to try to keep up with what was going on with Spotify and Apple and how everything was switching to streaming. Everybody was late. If the white artists are already going to use it and are ahead of it, why can't Tim get in there as well? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, but that don't mean a lot of shit.
And when the rules start to change the way streaming has, where that is the only way the biggest community consumes music, yeah, a lot of people thought streaming may be detrimental and we weren't getting paid enough, and there was different slides of who's getting paid this and paid that. If you don't set the rules now and make sure that all the communities are represented and everything is fair in this, it could get even crazier when AI becomes the standard, the way streaming became the standard.
Yeah, but...
And I'm not saying Tim is doing this, because he definitely didn't mention that in the fucking press release. Like, this is to make sure black creatives are taken care of. Yeah. This bitch is a K-pop video game. Mm-hmm. And no disrespect to K-pop, I've been attacked by enough
I was gonna say.
Been attacked by enough groups over the past few months. I think it is safe to say that K-pop is very much influenced by black culture. Is that a crazy statement?
No, it's not.
That is you could make the statement a bit crazier than the word influenced. But with that said, I see what Swizz is saying. I don't think that's Tim's intentions at all, but...
I don't think that Timbaland, Swizz, any of our greatest producers and musicians have to do anything with AI artists. I don't think they have to at all. At all.
I'm with you.
I get AI as a technology that is here, that is happening and all of this. I get that. But when it comes to musicians and making music and things like that, God bless his soul, I find it very hard to even fathom or think that Quincy Jones would have ever been a part of anything like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think Stevie Wonder will ever lend his musical ability to anything AI. I don't think so.
But yeah, I agree. But you don't know the Stevie Wonder that is born in 2022, and this is already close to what a standard is with certain music business in 2025. When that kid grows up in this era, that's all they'll know. Like, it'll just be it. Like, if Stevie was born in 2025 and then in 15 years when he started to like want to become an artist. This is going to be a standard. So
I don't
know if Stevie would have been like, nope.
I don't believe in
just,
that. I think
just keys for me. Like he'd be coming up in a society, in a music world where this wasn't taboo. This is just what's being taught to you.
I don't think so.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong about that, but
yeah, because I don't think you would ever do anything with AI.
But I don't know that, because even before, like, I love the paywall shit, and I think streaming is detrimental. We've been talking for 10 years about how much it fucks over artists. I have to use it. Like it's the era that I'm in, and a kid that was born into streaming.
That's different than having an artist that's not a real person, and you just implement your musicianship, and as Timbaland goes and takes his production and puts it into a file, and they take an artist, run it through a program. I can't even call it artist, AI, run it through a program, and then now you have a record. I just don't. There's so many musicians that we're taking the soul out of the music. We're taking the soul out of musicianship. We're taking the soul out of artistry. Like, if we're just going to use a program to create a song and to create, it's like, I just don't. There are a lot of musicians that I think, young musicians that I don't think would ever be a part of anything like this. I just don't see it.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw a lot of other people that are very much pro AI, and it's here now, so I'm going to utilize it, and I'm not going to be left behind. Say, this is what people said about sampling. This is what people said about autotune. Yeah, it was said, but this is apples and bowling balls. Like, I can see why some artists were mad about sampling. Outside of it, if you were actually stealing, but just how it took away from music. And even when Prince said, at what point are we going to get that the sample is being sampled by the sample to sample? But Prince sampled as well. But he was just saying it's getting a little too ridiculous now. Auto-tune as well. That was frowned upon, even though people were using auto-tune at a very light level and no one knew. When it went all the way up, it was killed, and now it's a standard. I still don't think it's the same as Tata.
Yeah, but it's a standard. It's a standard for people that can't really perform to a certain level. Auto-tune is a standard for somebody that can't sing in key, somebody that can't stay on tune, somebody that, it's okay, you felt this is kind of out of key, this note was a little flat, let me implement this technology to adjust it and make it sound good. Whitney Houston didn't have that problem.
No.
Beyonce doesn't have that problem.
Very true.
Like, you have the greats. Jasmine Sullivan is not auto-tuned.
But there's also music.
Alex Isley is not auto-tuned.
Fair. And I think that's a stat that they have and should be proud of, and we should honor and make sure that people know that
because they're real musicians. They're real artists.
There's music that I love that uses some tune.
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this music. I'm not saying this music that doesn't use it that isn't good. I'm just saying it's not the standard.
I've heard Kendrick, Drake, and Cole use a shit ton of tune on stuff that I've loved.
Absolutely, but it's not the standard. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not the complete sound of auto-tune, but auto-tune being used originally before people started turning it all the way up, what it was used for to clear up like a couple crackly vocals. People have been, I'm sure Beyonce has used it before. I'm sure Jasmine has used it before.
I'm sure in Beyonce's settings right now, there is some tune. Like, that's
yeah. Like, so it's just because people are using it more and more and turn it up a little bit.
Disrespectful to Beyonce. I don't think she uses auto-tune at all on any of her vocals.
I don't know.
I can't say for sure for certain, but they're
mixing vocals is something different. I don't think anybody has to pitch correct Beyonce's vocals. I just don't think so. I feel like
every artist has a bad day sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm saying Beyonce's bad day, she'll just come back on a good day.
Okay, that's listen, I don't know. That's
and I mean, even with, I'll never sit here to pretend to know every last thing about mixing and mastering, but no matter what in this era, if you are cutting through Pro Tools it's like almost automatic is going to smooth out some stuff. No matter who you are.
Listen,
like,
I get
there's
that.
Gonna be a touch somewhere.
I get that. I get that part of it. But you know the auto-tune I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, we ain't gonna name none of the artists, but you know the tune I'm talking about.
I think it works where it works. Like, I don't know, did anyone think Zapp and Rogers, like that was, Talkbox was used in a creative way in that, even though it's not straight auto-tune and it takes.
But that's because that was the sound, the exact sound. That
you're playing it through the keyboard. Like it takes fucking talent. Right. And what I think T-Pain can really sing for real. Oh, I think it just makes the type of music he was making sound cooler.
Speaking of T-Pain, Peeje had the most random. His LA trip. Peeje texted me.
You ran into Teddy Bender ass? Why didn't you tell me, man?
That's so
Peeje
crazy.
texts me,
You know, that's
yo.
one of my goats.
So Peeje texts me, right? Peeje goes, because this is why I love Peeje, man. He's just the most random texter. Like, whenever Peeje texts me, I just know it's going to be a great night.
What did he ask you to do in the hotel?
So he goes, so Peeje says...
Oh, yeah, the cannonball contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peeje, so we get to LA, so Peeje goes, yo, Maul, cannonball contest in 30?
Question mark.
So I'm like, Peeje, first of all, why do you have to prepare for a cannonball contest? Like, why do you need 30
an hour
minutes?
before?
No, I get it. He broke it down for me. You got to do some light calisthenics. I got it. So Peeje texts me. He goes, you at the hotel? Now, this is where my PTSD kicks in, because when somebody asks me if I'm somewhere, I'm automatically thinking either something happened
100%.
or something is getting ready to happen. So Peeje texts me, yo, you at the hotel? I said, nah, not yet. You good? Because you know that, again, Pete, I got to make sure. Yeah, just talking with T-Pain at the bar. Pull up.
Yo.
I read that. Yeah, just talking with T-Pain at the bar. Pull up. I'm like, yo, that's so random, right?
Why did I save money and stay at my cousin's?
So then I get to the hotel. Peeje is still at the bar with a mutual friend.
He got some drinks to drink him? He drunk him?
Peeje may have drank.
Did he think you were cool?
Peeje may have drank every bar at that, for every beer at that bar. I get back to the hotel. Peeje is there with a mutual friend, so we're all talking. I go upstairs. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to shut it down. I get upstairs. I get to the room. Peeje texts me. He goes, T.I. is down here now. I'm like, Peeje, just go to your fucking room, man.
I'm
like,
crying.
how you go from T-Pain 1 hour and then now you at the bar with fucking T.I.?
He was legitimately doing a 106 in Park countdown
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
in
Peeje,
2003.
go to your fuck. You've been at a bar too long to be sitting there with T-Pain and then T.I. You have been there too many hours, sir. It's time to go to your fucking room, man. It's just time. Go to your room, man.
Yeah, I had no, I mean, obviously outside of the media room, I had no like celebrity sightings because I didn't do the hotel thing. Lola Brooke was on my flight as far as it went.
Well, shout out to Lola. I saw
Lola.
at the media room. I saw her outside of the media room.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to her.
You know what was cool? Trinidad James was really cool.
But I've been telling y'all that.
Yeah,
I met him a few years ago, and we've had a cool relationship. Like we don't talk often,
conversation was
but
really cool, man. It was good to meet Trinidad James and kick it with him, man. He was really cool.
He just happens to have an album. Like he was gonna be good no matter what he was doing, between fashion, between business. Like he just also happened to rap at one point.
Yeah,
like, he's a great guy.
I gotta hit him. I want to check out his store in Atlanta. I know he got some sneakers, some pieces in there that I might want. So I'm definitely hit him up. And next time I'm in Atlanta,
there was outside of some artists, there was some action in there.
I mean,
we didn't have any time. Like all we could do was
just there for work. We was there to do the Lord's work, man. We was just there to do the Lord's work.
This
man.
is how I know that the standard is in hell for men as well, not just for women. There was one girl there that was in. She was in her BET working get up with the sweatsuit and the fucking microphones and all that shit and running around pieces of paper. I was like, who the fuck is that? Then you showed up and she walked by again. And you went, who the fuck is that? And I said, and she has a job.
Yeah, that's all. It's like, look where we at. Like, men just happy that a woman has a job. Like,
me and Maul said, like she's actually like, she has a job.
Like, look at her work. She was just walking, running around, working. I'm like, she's actually on the clock.
Yeah,
like
I wanted to rub her feet.
Yeah,
after the day.
This is the type of woman you go home and you run a bath for, and you make sure the kitchen is clean, the food is already done, like cooked. This is the type of woman that she's at work. Baby, how was your day? You other skeezers out here that's just doing lashes, talking about work life is like, get your ass out the way. Get out the way. It looks
very difficult to put lashes on.
Oh no, it is difficult to put lashes.
And that like surgical thing they use that terrifies me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't throw the last tech.
No,
but I mean,
shout out to all the lash techs. Shout out to anybody that is doing their thing, work, and have their own company, business. It's not easy. I support anybody that is independently working.
You keep bringing up the lash tech. Did a lash tech break your heart?
Break my heart?
I mean, I feel like that's happened to all of us, no?
If a lash tech broke my heart at my age, baby D, I failed in life.
Okay, but in the past?
No, a lash tech has never broke my heart. I don't think a lash tech has the ability to break my heart.
Shit. He don't know, Rory.
Break my heart?
Them be the ones.
Good hours, too.
Nah. I'm a vet, baby D. I keep telling you. There's a lot of things that I'm past that zone.
There was one girl with her actual ass out. And like, I'm not even saying in like the tasteful way where there's like some tights or it's part of the fit. Like, she had raw, like, I could see that skin, ass out, hanging out of her dress. And I'm thinking, she's an artist and doing the artist thing. I get it. I didn't see her do one interview. Hour passed and I was like, oh, she in here selling ass.
Oh shit.
She ain't sit down with one person.
No, she's working, but she's not working the awards. She's working something else.
Having your whole ass
Working
at the media room.
She's working that midnight train to Georgia.
Period. And it's an important job.
It's an important job.
The whole time I was waiting for Trey to go, hey, you want to talk to her?
Listen,
not
man.
once did it happen.
No, listen, you got to work. I'm not mad. Anybody that's working, doing anything, I don't care what it is, salute you. It's hard to get up every day and actually do something for yourself and work. And so definitely shout out to everybody that's working, really working.
Yeah, and shout out to publicists, man. That's an annoying job as well on days like that. Because I know you guys don't want to do small talk shit either, but that's your gig in that room.
That was the one thing that I did observe in the media room this year, was that, we don't really, because I guess we're in it, Rory, we don't really look at exactly how many moving parts and people and things that are actually in play and working a lot of the times. Like, because we know so many people on a personal level, it's like, no, but she's here working or he's here working. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to give respect to that, man. It's good to see people actually doing something and just trying, because it's hard for a lot of people to get up every day and just try to do something. Like, we all just in our own bubble sometimes, but got to give respect and grace to people for just waking up every day and trying.
I have a question for you, and we can close BT, but I meant to actually ask you this, like, on text or
on air,
but let's do it on air.
So not on text. So you meant to ask me on text in the privacy of our home, but now you're like, fuck it, let's bring it here to our hundreds of millions of viewers and listeners.
Okay, because I get it. Because it reminded me when you said so many moving parts. PR is a huge part of an artist's life, and also an artist being very good at PR as well. Yeah, talking to people, looking in my eyes, having real conversations, connect, like actually doing the networking thing in the right way. Mm-hmm. Meeting A-Marie was amazing and so fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Do you think she's a fan of our podcast, or she says that to everyone? Because she made me believe, we were supposed to sit with her, but schedules more so on our end than it was hers, didn't work out. And, we talked about doing an episode up here. It went past small talk, and I saw she did the same with you. I was like, all right, she's either really good at the other side of being an artist, or maybe she likes our show. I think that. And I said, like, it sat with me on the car ride to the studio. I was like, she probably says that to everybody.
No, she probably. I mean,
she made me feel like she listened.
But she made me feel seen. As soon as I walked in, she was like, "Hey, I'm so sad that you guys are leaving. I wanted to sit down, but I'm gonna be in New York." And I was just looking at A-Marie like,
"Nah,
A-Marie.
I wish you were there. It was different than any industry small talk, to the point that I wasn't sure if I was being played."
Yeah, no, I don't.
Or like if she was briefed on the walkover.
No, it felt genuine. It felt genuine from her. But I am looking forward to sitting down and talking with her. The timeline was killing A-Marie for her Tiny Desk performance, and I want to sit down and talk to A-Marie about it. Just like, listen, man, we could talk about it. Like you said, sometimes people have days where it wasn't a good day. Let's talk about the not so good days. We all have them, right? She's still A-Marie. When that shit come on, we still gonna shake ass. There, burgers and bottles. There you go. Shout out to A-Marie though. She was sweet though.
Did you get anything else, or you were just media room and did you hit any events?
Nah, I didn't. We went to shout out to Sean. Sean is the only person that could ever get me to go to a club these days. He was doing a party that was literally 2 blocks from the hotel. I literally walked from my hotel to the club, sat with Sean for about an hour, kicked it with him. Always good to see my guy Sean. But I got so high that I started getting anxiety, and that hasn't happened in a long time. And everybody felt like the op, so I had to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only person that happens to.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
If you ever see me just leave somewhere, just know I locked eyes with somebody and it felt oppish. And I'm like, nah.
Oppenheimer in there?
Yeah, like, let me get out of here before this shit go left. Like, let me just go back to my room. So I just...
That'd be me.
But I was laughing once I got out the club, because I'm like, I'm literally walking to my hotel from the club. Like, this is crazy. Like, only Sean could get me to do some shit like that. So I went to Sean's party. That was Sunday night. Went to Sean's party.
And my immature ass in those situations at Sean's party confront ops and ruin the party for everybody.
Nah, but it wasn't no ops. I was just anxious. I had smoked some really good weed, and I was just like...
Oh, no. Last time I was... Well, not last time, but when I was at Highlight Room, that was an op. And he was talking. He was just doing it passive aggressively from table to table, not knowing that those people were going from that table to go, yo, you got an issue with them? I was like, I guess I do now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sean had to break that one up. I felt bad.
It's cool.
His event.
Shout out to Sean, man. I told Sean, I said, Sean, you're the only person that could get me to go to a club. I do not go to clubs at all.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel bad that I didn't go to one single event, but, you know, I don't know. Jerk and Joel off I would have liked to go to. That was walking distance, and I still was too tired.
I was supposed to, shout out to Belly. I try to make it my point to see Belly anytime I'm in LA, go by the studio and kicking with him. Was Friday night. I was supposed to go to his crib. I was just so tired. I called myself taking a nap around 9 o'clock. Woke up, it was like 3:30 in the morning. Every light was on, bathroom light was on. It was just bad, man. Shout out to Belly, though. I didn't get to see my guy this trip, but shout out to my guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one more BET thing we have to get to. How did we not talk about this earlier?
The biggest news out of the BET Awards.
Y'all gotta leave my guy Wale alone.
Yeah, I think, but Wale did.
He had a day.
He did. This,
he had a day.
He did this to himself, though. He did.
Did he?
Yeah, man. He wasn't. Wale ain't supposed to approach Kai about no shit like that, man.
About what? They was passing
about
each
making
other.
him look crazy.
Oh, all right. Well, that's the end. Let's start at the beginning for those that weren't aware. Wale was already in heat with the Kendrick fans for the entire day, and then he was at the BET Awards. Looked like him and Kai were both in some type of parking garage, probably staying in the same spot, and passed each other. And Kai, who was doing the live stream, gets back in his car after dapping Wale and talking about Nintendo. His man says that was Wale, as well as the comments. And Kai was like, what does he do? And then Wale, already having a rough morning, continues for the remainder of the day of just Wale talk all over the timeline. I felt for him.
What did Wale do after that?
Exist.
Oh, I didn't. I just know he looked crazy for approaching Kai like that. And y'all know I fuck with Wale. That's my nigga. But Wale not supposed to approach Kai about nothing like that. Like Kai is not supposed to know who Wale is. If we being honest.
He probably knows his name, but not his face. And I don't think that that's that crazy.
No, he didn't even know. He didn't even know what. No, because when they told him what it was, he was like, "What does he do?" Kai didn't know.
I didn't know that he didn't. I didn't know that he didn't.
But he's not supposed to know who Wale is.
He was like Wally.
Yeah, he was like Wally. Like, because in the chat, he was like, "Oh, that was Wally." He's like, "Oh, Wale." He's like, "What does he do?"
At first, I thought it was like somewhat of a bit, but then I think they just capitalized on it because it became a Nintendo ad. So shout out to Wale and Kai for taking that situation and I think making some money off of it. Because they clipped that shit and it kept putting ad everywhere.
Well, because Wale was playing a Nintendo when he.
Yeah, no, and that's what they were talking about as well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Wale, he wasn't supposed to do that, man.
Oh, maybe the timing, but you know, in those environments, like, it's tough. But yeah, he was in the middle of talking to Stoop. I can see the map perspective, but I guess Wale maybe didn't think the mic was on. But
even if he didn't, it's, you know, like, shout out to Kai, Bronx legend. But I mean, Wale ain't supposed. Kai not supposed to know who Wale is.
Why? I know. I understand. He's 23 years old. I get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but at what point? Because again, I have made peace with that. Media used to be music fans. Now they're fans of entertainment. They're not music fans. They're fans of entertainment. And the fans of them are fans of entertainment. They're not fans of music. If that music becomes entertainment, i.e. a rap battle, they're fans of it. The new media people are not, like, you think Aiden Ross was like really, as a kid, like engulfed in the music? Do you think all the top streamers were music fans growing up?
No. But here's the thing, though.
But I still think that's crazy that in this space, and it's not a Kai thing in particular, and I'm not saying every single streamer needs to go fucking study from KRS-One to now or anything like that. But for all the streamers to be so much in the hip hop space when it's convenient and gets clicks, you should have some type of knowledge and respect for certain things. And I'm not saying specifically with the Kai and Wale thing, but it is an example where I saw everyone's like, he's 23, and I get that point. But there's no way you could throw on Bad, Lotus Flower Bomb, and Kai's never heard that song.
Rory, there's a lot of songs you're throwing right now.
Of course.
And if the artist walked in the room, I wouldn't know who they were.
For sure.
What are we talking about?
It happens. But I'm saying it was an example, not specifically with Kai, but more so with a lot of the streamers, that there is no real actual knowledge of anything going on in hip-hop before.
And I blame that on these rappers for going on these streams, jumping on these streams with niggas who don't know who y'all are, but y'all want to use their platform to pump y'all shit.
Okay.
These young kids is in their fucking house in their basement just turning their camera on. They not supposed to know you niggas. Why? Kai might not know who LL Cool J is if he walked past him.
Yeah.
And LL is the first fucking rap superstar. So, like, it's not, listen, man, we got to get to a point where we just understand, listen, we ain't as famous, and that's fine. Like, who gives a fuck about that shit? Like, Kai didn't do anything wrong. He genuinely didn't know who Wale was, and that's fine. I just think that Wale shouldn't have approached him like, you made me look crazy.
I think
no, you didn't.
I think because
Wale should have approached him and said, "Damn, bro, you don't know who I am," and just made it a fun, like, light moment. Like, I'm gonna sing you some of my music. Like, listen to my music, and this is who I am. This is what I do.
Or he could have. I wouldn't have did that. I would have did it more like, damn, y'all, I'm really unk out here. Like
something, but to approach him and be like, yo, you got me looking crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you don't approach Kai like that. Like, he's a young boy. Like, he not supposed. I don't know if Kai would know Nas if Nas walked past him.
Okay, no, I think you dragging it a little bit. I think you're dragging it.
Honestly, I really don't.
You think I'm dragging it?
I think you're dragging it. There's a very, and this is not disrespect to Wale, we all know. There's a very big difference between.
I think if Nas was in that same situation in that parking lot and he walked right past Kai while Kai was walking to his car, I don't think Kai would have recognized that was Nas.
And I don't think Nas would have recognized Kai.
I think that's different because Nas is from New York and Kai is from New York. I think it's a little bit different. Nas is also, it's like Jay-Z and then Nas. Like, you know what Jay-Z and Nas look like. You might not know the rest of them.
Yeah, but the thing is,
people
you know who they are. You know who they are, but Demaris, let me tell you something. When you see these people for the first time in person,
real life, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you walk right past them like, yo, that was who? Yeah. Like, oh, shit. I did that a lot this weekend at BET.
Yeah.
I was like, that's who? Like, damn, like, she a lot smaller than I thought she was. Like, she's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It happens. Like, I don't, again, that's, you know, it just comes across a way. It's almost like your ego is saying that people are supposed to know who you are as soon as they see you. And I fuck with Wale, but
of course that's ego.
That's the nasty stigma that comes with an interaction like that. It's like, are people supposed to know who you are? You feel like he's supposed to know you? Why do you feel like he's supposed to know you?
I can disagree with the move. I don't think it was the right time to say that at all. But I can respect what was going on that day. Like, that was a long fucking day for Wale. And we already know.
Oh, I don't know what else was going on.
How outspoken Wale has been, how he's felt about his career and the credit and flowers that he has deserved and maybe hasn't gotten. Yeah, it was a long day on the timeline for Wale.
Yeah, I don't know what else you talking about.
All the way, yeah.
I don't know what else you're talking about.
It was clips. It was a lot of the Kendrick situation, like, and we already know, again, post battle, how stands are. So it was a long day of killing Wale. And then I'm sure Wale, after all that, put his phone down, got his suit on, was like, all right, be outside at least. Get a little drink, go have fun at the BET Awards. Just, let me put my phone down. It's been a long day. And then you go and run into fucking Kai on your way out of the hotel and then open your phone when you get to the awards like, all right, man.
Like, he didn't know who you were? It happens, man.
Yeah, I feel for Wale. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I think
it was a lot going on that day for him on socials while he's in the midst of trying to be seen because he's putting music out. Like, he's purposely doing,
But that's why I said I would have approached that differently if I'm Wale. If I'm Wale, it goes from, yo, you didn't know who I was, bro? All right, listen, we gonna sit down. I'm gonna show you who I am. I'm gonna teach you about.
Well, he did say we'll chop it up later, but I think the first initial part of like, yo, you got me out here looking crazy. And
no, to me,
that's a little unfair because if Kai doesn't know who you are, like, that's not Kai's fault.
That's where I'm different. What Kai didn't have Wale looking crazy. What Wale did after that got Wale looking crazy.
Yeah.
But he was where the conversation started, and I still look at entertainers as human beings that have fucking feelings. The conversation immediately after that moment turned to the timeline telling everyone why Kai should not know Wale in a very negative way. Like, it was just shitting on Wale. Like, why would Kai know Wale? He's this, like all these.
Yeah, but that's, those are those people. They gonna.
But I'm saying after online thrashing before, because Wale was on Twitter all day replying to people with the Kendrick shit. Like, and of course, it takes two. Like, Wale engulfed himself in there, but he's done that his whole career, and we know that. So, yeah, it was just a back-to-back different situation.
See, I wish people had got a chance to experience and meet Wale the way I've
fucking nicest, coolest guy.
One of the coolest, most humble. I think,
he's hilarious.
I think Wale is underrated for sure as an artist. Definitely underrated. His catalog and his ability is way better than a lot of these other dudes that y'all run to the timeline and praise. Like, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode.
Wale doesn't lie when he says all these things. Y'all just don't like the way he says it. Or goes about
because people
he's not it's not like he's lying.
People are looking for a reason to not like Wale.
Yeah.
Which is okay, cool. That's people are gonna not like you. Some people love you. My thing with Wale is focus more on the people that love you and support you and think you dope. The people that got negative shit to say, that, you know, try to play you, that's gonna happen. Let them people do that amongst themselves. You don't have to involve yourself in that. Focus on the people that fuck with you. Focus on your people that support you and show up for you and speak highly of your name in rooms that you're not in and those. That's what you lock in on. These fucking, because half of these niggas online, half of you responding to bots half the time. Fake pages, fake profiles. Like, you fuck all of that shit.
Yeah, and I mean, that was part of False Prophets with Cole, and I feel like people have been saying that to Wale behind the scenes and on the mic for years.
Yeah, man.
But I can see the side of this is your art. Of course, you're going to take it personal when things you feel like you deserve are not met or not acknowledged. You're going to feel the way.
Yeah, but
it's still your art.
Feel the way to Kai though. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was wrong of saying you have me looking crazy out here because Kai didn't do anything malicious. Like, if he just doesn't know, he is
genuinely
like,
just didn't know. Like, now,
it's not like he went like he was shitting on Wale. He just didn't know.
And again, you meet people in person or see them for the first time in person. You may know their music, and but when you see them, you're like, oh shit, that's who that is. I've done that with people that I actively talk about and support, but when I see them sometime in real life, it's like, oh shit, I didn't know that was,
I mean, it's the reverse for me now. With the new artists, I'm just like, oh yeah, I heard that song. That's to do that.
Oh, you new niggas? I don't know y'all at all. I don't.
I recognize the song. I'm like, oh, that's you?
Like, okay, that's dope. Like, but half of you, speaking of,
some of the Wikipedia pages they put in front of us in the media room, I was like, I still don't know who this is.
Yo, the little whipping Nene kid, he got 20 years for a body? Silento?
That wasn't in my algorithm.
Old. That's old.
No, he just got sentenced though.
Oh yeah, but he got
2021.
I was gonna say he got arrested a while ago.
He killed his cousin or something.
I didn't even know he was arrested.
He killed his cousin.
Yeah, Silento killed his cousin.
I missed that, Vlad.
He just got 20 years. They hit him with a 20 piece. 30 piece, no fries. Whipping Nene?
No fries is fucking crazy.
Yo, whipping Nene.
And you know what's funny?
He got 30. Yo, you know how crazy I read that. I was like, this has to be a joke. It's like, yo, this was like, he was like the first, he might have been the first stream rapper. Like,
wait, hold on. Cause I've seen that mugshot before. And the whole time I thought that was, who's the guy that
I know who you talking about.
That got a body, then went on the run and caught another body while he was on the run making music about being on the run.
Dude, that was Hurricane Chris?
Hurricane Chris is free.
Oh my God. Please.
He was just beefing with 50.
Hurricane Chris was beefing with 50?
Yeah. He ain't like that 50 came to Louisiana and set up shop.
I do remember that. So it's not Hurricane Chris I'm talking about.
No. You think about Hurricane Carter, but he was innocent.
No. Yeah, free him. Is he free?
Yeah,
he's free.
TK. The whole time I saw that Nene mugshot, I thought that was the other guy.
TK, yeah. Okay.
And maybe I'm exposing myself that all black people look alike.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Rory, we don't all look alike. Like that, that's a.
I got my mugshots mixed up, man.
Yeah, don't get your mugshots mixed up. Yeah. And we don't all have mugshots.
Yo, the whipping Nene guy was catching bodies.
Yo, Silento. Yeah,
that's what it is now.
He killed his cousin. I was like, what the fuck is going on? 30 years. Silento. Yo, when the Silentos is catching bodies.
I mean, to call back to our AI conversation, I want to make light of murder at all, but clearly, like you said, the rollout for the younger artists is if they caught a body. Do we think that Tata, like if shit isn't moving on the first album, Tim is going to have her murk somebody? Like another AI artist? Like blow up somebody else's computer?
Yeah, she's going to shut down, fuck up Timbaland's
virus.
I fried your hard drive.
You're going to fuck up Timbaland's whole hard drive. Give him that LimeWire virus.
Yo, Tata on the run as an AI person.
They can't find her in the system. Like, yo, where is she? Like,
Apple has been investigating every.
You can't find her.
Wait, what's in Best Buy?
Yeah.
Geek Squad. Yo, we got Geek Squad on it. They can't find her. Apple Care, nothing.
Damn, man, my man Silento, man, 30 joints. That is crazy. That's a crazy story to know his life ended up like that.
I can never imagine just hearing somebody tell me 30 years.
30
like that
years?
would be the wildest.
I learned my lesson as soon as you say 30 years. I won't do it again. You ain't got to put
no rehab necessary.
Nothing.
Boo.
I'm good. I am saved.
Changed man.
I am delivered. I will never do that again. 30 years? Yeah, that was crazy to hear that about him though, man. Such a like fun song. They play that at like every cookout. That's the kids love that. Whipping Nene.
The kids love that.
You can't play Whipping Nene.
You sound so old.
Yeah, you can't play Whipping Nene at the cookout. No, he got 30 years. He killed somebody. Silento.
I mean, but the kids were dancing to Mitch catching a body.
Yeah,
That's different.
What was different?
My hat up.
It's different.
How's it different?
Because there's a song is just different. The energy in the song. Whipping Nene had nothing to do with violence.
We didn't understand the entendre.
Yeah, clearly I didn't know Silento was out here like that. I didn't know Silento
Bobby was a little more literal with his lines,
Yeah, Bobby was letting you know exactly what it was.
This is who he is. This is when he did it.
No, was no discrepancies about what Bobby was doing. But Silento, I didn't know Silento was out here laying the murder game down. That is crazy when I read that shit. Like, what? Whipping Nene got 30 years? Damn.
Would you have thought the same about Q when he was DJing in Juice?
He didn't do nothing. He was there.
He robbed a liquor store.
He was
but in between sets.
Yeah, but you know who your man went crazy.
That's my man now.
I mean, yeah, that's your man. He went crazy, and you know, Q was there, but he ain't kill old man Quilles. He didn't shoot him. Yo, you ain't have to do that, man. You said your name. Fat Boy knew he was. You said your name. Classic movie Juice.
Also, I love that after committing a murder and robbery, you run into a dead end. The alley, they just went to a dead end.
Yeah, that's what.
If anybody followed, like, where are we going now? That's the stupidest getaway plan of all time.
They jumped in. They went to an abandoned building
with a dead end.
Yeah, they hid the gun. Went to the abandoned building.
Nah, I'm holding the gun. No, we're throwing that in the river.
Nigga, Bishop was like, Raheem's dead. Nigga, you killed him. I just saw you.
Nigga, I just saw it. It's funny as shit.
Raheem's dead, and somebody killed old man Quilles. It was you, nigga.
That was one of our favorite sketches that we ever did. Was your Juice sketch? You murdered that.
Oh, when we did it at my crib? Yeah.
I forgot we did that.
That was very funny. Very funny. And how you get ahead of like the cops to tell the crime? Like they went to grab Q, like, yo, I got it.
Yeah, nah, he was letting Q know, like, yo, Raheem's dead, and somebody killed old man Quilles.
And you mad calm around your best friends, but your man's was just murdered.
You, nigga. Fuck out of here.
No, Rory and Mal.
Maul, you ever been out to dinner? They ask you to pay the check. They'll say they'll get you back later. It's over for that.
Yeah, we're not playing those games.
Nah, everyone has Cash App, and if you don't have Cash App, there's something wrong with you.
If you don't have Cash App, you're not at my dinner.
That is a fact. And there's no way that we're splitting this. No, just you can Cash App me.
Right
now. Actually show me right in front of your face.
Send
right
it.
Now.
Send it.
And I use this trick when a random number texts me because I know everyone has Cash App. I put that number into Cash App and I can see who's texting me.
There you go.
It saves a lot of time and a lot of weird conversations. If for whatever insane reason you don't already have Cash App, just download it from your phone's app store, sign up, enter our code RoryMall10 in your profile, send $5 to a friend, and you'll get $10 just for getting started.
For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. There's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code RoryMall10 in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. All right, do we have voicemails?
Yes.
You've got mail.
Sponsored by Ro.
Ro will help you grow, Rory.
You cannot spell Rory without Ro. That is a fact.
There you go.
Yo, what it is, man? It's your boy Cliff calling in from East Texas, man. Shout out to the pod. Love what y'all do, bro. Keep doing what y'all doing. But I need some homie advice. So the homie just separated from his wife. For preference, we probably met our wives around the same time. We was young, probably like 24, 25, something like that. We're 30 now, turning 31 this year. So my nigga's back out on the streets, you know what I'm saying? She took his 20s, now he has his 30s type shit. But anyway, bro, it's like I'm trying to figure out what to tell my bro, man. I'm trying to like, I'm giving him all the, like, you know what I'm saying, the regular guy advice type shit. Like, bro, it get greater later, bro. Keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't that fucked up, but, you know, it's a whole lifestyle change or whatever. And if I'm being for real, bro, this was a situation we kind of knew was coming. Like, he the last to know type shit. But like he's straight, bro. My nigga gonna bounce back. He'll be all right in time, type shit. But what advice should I give the homie, man? Should I just be like, knock down the first thing you see walking, bro? You know what I'm saying? Just to get the wind underneath his wings, type shit. But I don't know. And also though, he the homie that's kind of like the serial monogamous. Like my nigga loves a relationship. I'm like, bro, just chill, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. So I kind of I'm trying to like my nigga, like, bro, focus on you type shit or what? Man, what should I be telling the homie at this time, bro? Love.
I mean, should we gear the advice more towards the gentleman that left the voicemail? Because he's going to be the one that's going to end up in some hot water. If his man's goes out, you have to understand, his girl looked at his friend as this was the couple that we hung out with. Mm-hmm. That's a safe guy. We're both engaged. I'm sure the girls probably relatively got along. Like I know if he going out with him, everything's cool because that's also an engaged guy. Then I'll be doing bullshit. That friend now, if he hits the streets heavy, his fiance is going to look at him weird. Like, what y'all doing out there? That's not the safe friend anymore. He should be very careful on how he moves with his friend. Because that's going to cause arguments in the house, for sure.
The idea of hitting the streets just sounds crazy to me. Like, it's just so nasty out there right now. Like, hitting the streets for what, nigga? If you could get your girl, go get her back.
I mean, I don't know. In 2025, is 31 like that crazy to be newly single? Back in the day, it probably was. So. But like, people are getting married, at least up here. I know the South is probably a little different, but people aren't getting married that early anymore. Like, it's not that crazy at all to get back out there at 31, I feel like. Especially as a man.
When you say get back out there, like, where are we getting to? Like, what are we doing? Are we in the club scene? Are we like?
You could be in the club at 31.
You can be, but I don't know if you want to be though.
It depends on the type of club.
Like, where do people go? Like, what's a good club to go to?
Well, New York has no clubs, right? So, like, if you're down south,
the fact that you said that shit and tried to move on, like, New York has no clubs. That is crazy to say that. This is New York City we talking about.
I mean, the fact that Little Sisters had this run tells me that. Because before, a club would have 2 years, they changed the name and be like, yo, that used to be Canal Room, now it's this. It's just Little Sister. It's just got like a decade run right now.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I mean, being 31 and being single is not a bad thing, I guess. Just be careful of where you place your energy, though. Don't go out there and just try to jump into the mix of the...
Fuck the first thing that you see.
Yeah, don't do that, because that's how you're going to bump your head. Don't do that. Slow down. Go put it in neutral. Just take things easy. Go out there, observe the landscape, learn the lingo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta,
learn the lingo's funny.
Yeah, because you in a new, this is new territory for you. You've been your whole 20s, you was in a committed relationship. Now you're in your 30s, you don't want to just be out there just doing anything. Like, you still gotta kind of, preserve your legacy a little bit.
Yeah. And if he's on the serial monogamous shit, like, don't go out there and not fuck the first thing. Wife the first thing that you see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm lonely, so just
go down,
be here.
Go out there, observe. Make sure you know who you're around, who you're talking to. Don't get caught up with the wrong type of women. Like, it's tough, man.
Maybe even to get your feet wet, spin the block with a girl you can trust that's just going to clown you for the first night of saying, I told you it wouldn't work out with that bitch. Welcome home.
But who you spin the block with? He was in a relationship his whole 20s. Or you spin the block with somebody from high school?
I said 25. They met their fiancés, I think he said.
Oh, okay.
They're 31 now, so 5, 6 years. Okay. I'm sure in his early 20s, there was one girl that he was fucking, like, somebody you could trust.
Don't spin the block. Learn from me and Rory. Don't spin the block.
But it makes you comfortable coming out of something
whoa. Don't try to talk over that, Rory. Let Demaris, what she said, let that breathe.
I was trying to get past it.
No. We're not getting past it.
Trying to change the subject.
Let that breathe. She just opened a bottle of red wine. Let that breathe for a second. Demaris, what you mean learn from you and Rory?
Learn from me and Rory.
You're still spinning.
Now, I promise you, we on a whole new avenue now, nigga. I promise you.
Niggas go to one burgers and bottles and stuff. This is why I hate Baby D, because she take her ass to one burgers and bottles.
One cartwheel in Denzel's hood.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, nobody better not dap her dime. Like, what's up with you, yo?
What's up?
Oh,
we ain't at new blocks. I ain't never been to Mount Vernon before. It's whole new niggas there. I ain't never seen them niggas before. Fuck the block.
Baby D, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I see you hanging out in Mount Vernon, I'm whooping your ass. I'm like, right? Get your ass out of here. Get out of Mount Vernon.
She talking like this is some other land. That shit is up the sawmill.
Yeah, them niggas ain't shit just like us.
That's
The
fine.
Mount Vernon niggas ain't shit.
The shit got a
Vernon-
new smell. It got a new smell. Tired of the same old shit.
Them niggas got front yards and backyards. I will say that. Them niggas in Mount Vernon got a front
And they
yard.
take the Metro North. We take the subway. Like, yeah,
it's just
I get why they would want to feel a
the
little more
culture's a little
pretentious.
different. It's a little, but they still ain't shit though. I know a bunch of niggas in Mount Vernon ain't shit.
That's fine. But to Rory's point, just Rory telling you to spin the block because that's what he would do. And me and him have both learned not to do that anymore because you're a new person. Go be a new person. Go meet new people. Go enjoy your life. Stop trying to go backwards and relive the glory days and live in your comfort ways. Don't spin the block, I'm telling you.
I'm not saying spin the block the way you and I may have, where that then becomes the other relationship.
Yeah.
Like you spin the block, it's like, all right, well, that didn't work out. So now I'm in a relationship with a girl I was with before. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to get your feet wet because you haven't, been outside, fucking a stranger can be a little weird. Fuck someone you can trust. That type of spinning the block.
That's
Not making it a
scary,
thing.
man.
That's scary either way.
31.
I'm not saying a 10-year toxic relationship
No, I get what you're saying.
should follow this because you spun the block, but somebody that what their pussy smells like.
You have some type of rapport with them. You can, it's a little comfort zone there.
Yeah.
Not going in cold and just.
She's gonna tease you for a little bit, but that comes with it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little tease when you're newly single.
But
get the blood going.
Or I don't know, man. I don't know your personality. Maybe the best way to get out of your serial monogamous shit and this breakup is to just go fuck a bunch of random civilians.
Or listen to some Sugar Free.
Take that'll work.
Yeah, you got to just play Sugar Free. He'll tell you exactly how to move.
But again, I'm nervous for his friend because if his decision is to go out and find some random new pussy and really get out there, he's gonna need his mans with him, and that puts you in a compromising situation.
Yeah.
And what if your girl still talks to his ex? Like, that's rough. I don't want to be involved in that.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Who got who in the divorce?
Nah,
that's always rough too.
You got to ride with your man, no matter what.
No, of course, but we've even had voicemails about that type of situation where he had to quietly talk to his mans because his wife was like, no, we got the girl in the divorce. You don't fuck with him no more.
I wish my girl would tell me, you don't fuck with him no more. It's my man.
I've never dated a girl that I think would do that.
Up with your homegirl.
It's pretty common.
If my girl was to be like, yo, nah, we ain't, what?
We off that. What if he violated her? Gave her something she can't get rid of.
Oh, nah, that's crazy.
It's out of your hands at that point.
At that point, it's like, yo, son, you wild. Like,
yeah.
And no, you can't come back in my house. Like,
and the fact that you thought you could is crazy.
Yeah, nah, you can't do that.
Or he had a baby on her. Like, that's wild. You can't do that.
Nah, baby is different. A baby versus a STD?
They're both things that stay with you.
Yeah, but a baby's not a transmitted disease, bro. Like, that's not, like, if...
Shit.
I've met some kids that I feel like are STDs.
Nah, man, y'all are crazy.
Amara just told you Amara was throwing shit on his walls the other day.
Okay,
you talking about
an
STD.
STD, so relax.
Yeah. That's home. She's giving us some color.
I was talking about other people's kids.
Nah, but I mean, if my homeboy was dating my girl's best friend and kind of was like, that type of situation, and he had a baby on her.
You probably have to stay out of that one. That's kind of nuts.
But I'm not going to stop talking to my homeboy forever, though. I'm not.
They're engaged, and he cheats as a child while they're engaged. That's past gonorrhea. I'm sorry.
So you would never talk to him again?
That would be a weird relationship if my wife is friends with if that was our crew, the four of us for 5 years. Yeah, that's a very awkward situation.
I'm not saying he could come to the crib and still kick it with you while you're girl. I'm not saying that.
Like imagine,
but you would never talk to him.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, all right.
But I'm saying it'd be a tough situation to navigate. Like imagine you come home from work and your wife and his ex are chilling because everyone was friends, and it's like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm going to his baby shower. Like it's weird.
Yeah, I'm not saying
it'd be a weird situation.
He probably couldn't come back in my house because obviously my girl wouldn't want to fucking see him in our house. What he did.
And he can't bring the new bitch around neither. Don't bring your new bitch around.
Around who?
Around me. You can't have if he goes.
Oh no, my girl. Him and my girl would never probably hang out.
Yeah.
Now if the game is on and he having something at the crib, he like, yo, Mom, pull up. I'm not gonna not go to my man's crib.
No, you definitely could go.
But he can't be around my girl. Like he can't hang out with me and my girl no more.
And again, this went back to one of the voicemails. But then when life situations happen, let's say he's married to his wife. They have a kid. Now I can't, can I invite my man to our baby shower? Because that's going to be awkward having both of them there.
I feel like that happens so often though.
In that scenario?
Well, not that exact scenario, but like when the friends break
exes,
up.
I've been in that situation for sure where, there's mutual friends with exes and you guys end up at the same life events, like birthday parties, baby showers, funerals. Funerals are always the awkward one because like you're trying to mourn, but then it's always in the fuck, she's here too.
I got to put that shit on to come to the funeral because I know my ex going to be there.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm mourning two things here.
I told y'all about the time my childhood friend didn't invite me to their wedding.
Yeah.
Because that's not crazy to y'all?
It is. It is.
How close were y'all at the time?
We were close. We grew up together. We all grew up together. But me and her had dated at one point, a little bit. And then they got together.
Just left out one of the biggest
but that
elements of that entire thing. At first I was like, this guy sounds like a real asshole. Now this guy sounds like someone that's trying to have a peaceful wedding.
But why would it not be peaceful though? I'm not
Did
going.
you beat?
Yeah. But this was before they got together though. This was years before they got together.
I can see it being awkward.
How was that awkward?
If he shouldn't be awkward. If it was that awkward, you shouldn't have got with her. If it was that awkward, you shouldn't have got with her.
If it's to the point where you feel because it ain't awkward for me. It's all fam, we was teenagers, bro. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we talking about?
I mean, what if both of them were fine with it and maybe he actually had slept with one of her friends before, but they cool with it, past the past type shit, but then the rule is nobody at the wedding that you fucked. And you folded into the mix.
Yeah,
maybe you were one of a couple on a list.
I'm sure that's a lot of people's wedding rule. Nobody at the wedding that you fuck.
Even if that's your friend, but still, I just not that at the wedding. I don't know. Did you ever talk to him about it?
No.
Okay. We'll find out.
No. I haven't spoken.
It could have been a plate thing. I don't know, because it costs extra. You're the only vegan, and now the chef has to make one plate
vegan at the time.
For someone else.
Fuck you. Motherfucker.
They got a deal from the place and there was no vegan option.
I wasn't vegan at the time for the second time, Rory. The time they got married, I was not vegan.
Pescatarian, whatever the fuck.
I wasn't pescatarian either. No, I wasn't. I wasn't pescatarian. I was still eating chicken and shit. This was some years ago. But they didn't invite me to the wedding. I was like,
weddings are expensive. If you got to leave somebody off, it's I'm not going to take my Aunt Mary off so that the nigga you fuck could be there. No, everybody can't come.
Yeah, but
open bar limit 400 people. Everybody can't come.
I'm not mad, but it was kind of word. Okay.
Have you ever had the opposite of why am I invited to this wedding?
Absolutely.
And then it's happened to me twice.
Yeah.
And I felt weird. If I don't go, that's rude. If someone invites you to their wedding, they're paying that's rude as fuck.
Just don't RSVP.
And then I got there and doubled down on my feeling. Why am I here?
Yeah.
Why would you invite me here? Correct. We are not close at all.
Well, some people don't have anybody to invite.
There was 500 people at that wedding.
If you ain't got nobody to invite to your wedding, you shouldn't be having a wedding. Just go to the fucking Justice of Peace City Hall and do that shit and get it over with.
If y'all was beefing at that wedding, y'all should have been fighting at that wedding. Why would you bring that to somebody else's club?
That was a spot on impression.
Yo,
wait,
Baddies Africa.
Hold on,
I'm caught up.
How the fuck did we forget to add this to the BET story?
Shout out to my girl DTB, man. Diamond the body. Shout out to Diamond, man. It was such a pleasure meeting her. She's super cool. I feel like she would be though. Watching the show, I feel like she would be really cool.
Me and Peeje were trying to see if the footage would work. We was mid-interview. Who were we talking to? We were talking to LaRussell, and then you just in the middle just started screaming Diamond. I think you might have stood up. You may have went out of frame.
No, we were
in the middle of an interview.
Right? We had just wrapped the interview.
He was like, "You gotta come now."
Yeah, she had walked over. Shout out to my girl Diamond the Body, man. She was really cool talking to her, man. She got a new song coming out. And next time she's in New York, she's talking about said she want to stop by and come see us, come kick it with us. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, so I started Baddies Africa last night.
Yes, you did.
Which I texted you.
Yes. It's the crazy.
And because, it's similar to Curb, you can start it at any episode.
Yeah.
I started at 3 because I did want to watch the episode of them fighting for the beds.
Yeah.
It might be the most offensive show I have ever seen.
Crazy.
Demaris, in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
in the backyard, right, at the Baddies' house.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of Africans standing there in the whole get up with the face paint they might as well had a spear. Just a whole crew of them as the circle.
I don't know if I like that right there.
Just to watch them fight.
They might as well had a spear. I don't know if I like that.
I'm saying it was the stereotypical.
I get what
it was
Rory
the
is saying.
stereotypical.
That was the white eye looking at it. And let me break it down to Demaris. Demaris, what it was it was a bunch of kids from a program that are dancers and singers, and they were welcoming the baddies to the baddie house. And they were standing in the backyard, and they had on their costumes that they perform in. Rory is making it sound like these people were in the middle of the fucking jungle hunting for their food.
No, they were at a very nice house. I'm saying they then took after their dance and made it the circle at recess to fight in, while all of these kids looked petrified, but did not break character.
That was awkward, that episode, yeah. They fighting in front of those kids like that. Like, yeah, that was crazy.
It was, all right, it was a little too on the nose for Baddies Africa is what I'm saying. Like, they took the two and mashed it.
Yeah, man, it's the greatest shit on TV right now. I'm all caught up. Who was fighting last night when I watched it?
It was like pretty much if the middle of the movie Blood Diamonds just broke into a bunch of women from America beating the shit out of each other in the village.
Yeah.
That's what the show is.
Gotta love it. But I am looking forward to Diamond coming on the show, sitting down so we can really talk everything baddies and have some fun.
And we did that interview come out yet? Or that'll be over the weekend?
No, that's
over the weekend. We did bring up to her about, at minimum, Maul, being involved with the reunion and being in the crowd with Lights, Bobby Lights.
Rory gonna keep bringing that up.
He's the host.
He's gonna keep bringing that up. He gonna keep.
You don't realize that
Bobby
people
Light.
that are hosts, it's always the last name Light, MC Light, Bobby Lights, like Maul Lights.
That's two people.
Nah, you Maul
and my
Lights.
my last name ain't Lights. So that was
Daylight has been to URL battles that he wasn't performing in. He was just in the crowd.
Is Daylight okay?
I'm sure he's fine.
We ain't heard nothing.
I actually was kind of shocked. I know that's not his thing, the media room stuff, but I was actually kind of shocked Daylight didn't do something.
Really? Nah, I didn't expect to see Daylight. Daylight is not
the whole thing. So
yeah, but he don't really be outside like that. He not mixing and mingling like that though.
Yeah,
that's never been Daylight's. That's not part of his brand.
Well, hopefully when the reunion is filmed, Maul Lights will be there. I will be, hopefully a +1 if they don't hand me a mic. But I'll be there in my Zeus t-shirt.
Yeah, you got the Zeus security t-shirt.
You feel like if something you have to pay for on subscription should be blurred?
You want to see Baddies titties?
Every time they fight, I'm like,
you guys, you too horny. You too horny.
Yeah, you gotta.
Girls fighting and you want to see titties. Like, what's wrong with you? You too horny.
That's not even consent. If they wanted their titties out, they would show you their titty.
I'm not saying there should be something in the clause that your naked body has to be there if you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, what I mean? They allow cursing. They allow explicit content.
So you should see boobs?
Some of them on the reunion. I wouldn't have minded it. That's all.
We'll talk to y'all in a couple days, man. Good to be back home. Good to be back in the city. Baby D, I'm watching you. Like I said, I better not catch you in the Vernon this weekend. But I will have to make sure the homies got their eye out to make sure you're safe if you so happen to be in the Vernon doing whatever it is, doing the Lord's work in Mount Vernon because they need it. We'll talk to y'all in a couple days. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.